seen a lot of students put in their effort preparing for this JAMB exam, yet they don't get a score that is equivalent to their hard work. In this video, I'll be sharing with you 10 mistakes that you should avoid so that you don't end up like these students. Hey there, my name is Victor. You're watching Victor Science Hub, an educational channel that's created to help students pass their exams, giving them study tips and hacks. We also give tutorials for students. So mistake number one is cramming without understanding. I've mentioned this in my previous videos. Students just cram jam past questions and cram their textbook without even understanding the concepts. The JAMB is an exam that is about understanding. You can't just cram your textbook and enter the hall and expect a very good score in your exam. You have to understand the concepts because JAMB is surely going to twist the equation. Let me give you an example now in physics. Past question. For example, if they ask you to find the force of a body and you know that force is equal to mass times acceleration, and they give you the mass, they didn't give you the acceleration but they gave you the velocity and the time. If you understand about acceleration, mass and force, you know how to calculate the force and you know how to find the acceleration, so I use it and calculate the force. So this is like the kind of question that JAMB asks. JAMB don't ask straightforward question. Mistake number two is practice without reviewing your mistakes. I also made this mistake, but after a while I figured out that if I made these mistakes, I'm not going to have a very good score in my JAMB exam. If you go back and check those questions that you failed, those are your weak points. Skipping your weak points will not make you stronger. You have to strengthen that your weak point so that you become stronger all around. Because you might not know that question that you skipped, that you made mistake on, they might ask you a lot of that question in your JAMB exam. Mistake number three is ignoring JAMB syllabus. JAMB syllabus is just like the JAMB expo. It contains all the topics that you need to study for JAMB. So I don't know why some students just leave the JAMB syllabus and go straight to their textbooks reading just any topic they see, because that topic you might be reading might not be what they ask in the JAMB exams. You have to know the topic that will be asked in JAMB exams so that you know where you focus on. You have to study smart and don't study hard. Finishing a whole textbook does not mean that you're going to have a high score in JAMB. You have to select those topics that you know that will come out in JAMB and study them, because that is what you're going to see in that exam. So mistake number four is avoiding your weak subjects. I made this mistake, I knew, but if I know that if I were to write JAMB exam this year again, I'm not going to make that same mistake. When I was studying for my JAMB exam, I avoided the English. I avoided English because I was not that good in English. Though I studied English, but I didn't study it like very well. I didn't study it like how I studied other subjects. So you have to like go back, go to those subjects that you know you're not very strong in and work on them so that you will get better at them. You might not know what is going to boost your mark that day. Mistake number five, which is not timing while practicing. You just taking your past question paper, solving questions without timing yourself, solving for like 5 hours, solving one past question for 5 hours is not wise, because you know that JAMB is a time conscious exam. There is time given to you, and once it's that time, your system is going to stop, your exam is going to end and it's going to be submitted. So you have to time yourself. And we are going to mistake number six, which is ignoring past question. If you ignore past question, what else are you going to be using to study for your JAMB? I don't see anything else that you can use, because past question is like the most important material that you can use to study. Even if you don't read your textbooks, I'm not telling you not to read your textbooks. So it's very important to read your textbooks, but I'm just saying, even if you don't read your textbooks, by using the past question you can still get a good score in your JAMB exams. I've seen a lot of students doing that. So past question is like the main thing in JAMB, because JAMB repeats questions. Mistake number seven is avoiding reading the JAMB novel. So a lot of students just leave the JAMB novel because they feel like it just like 10 to 5 questions that will be asked in their JAMB novel, JAMB exam from that novel, and they just skip it. You might not know that these 5 or 10 questions can boost your mark in the JAMB and can help you to reach that cutoff mark. Let's go to the mistake that you should avoid during that exam day. The eighth mistake is coming late to the exam hall. You have to go early to the exam. If you come late, you'll be like you'll be confused and you'll be disorganized because you just entered the hall without, and the exam has already started. You won't know what to do. You will just be lost and all that. So you have to come early because this can affect your results. You're coming late in your exam. The ninth mistake you should avoid is having no exam plans. No exam plans are like not checking your time during your exam. Like when you're answering your questions, you have to check your time. As you're answering your question, you have to check your time, be conscious of your time so that you know the amount of time you're spending in a particular question and know how to utilize your time when answering your questions. So this will help you to achieve a good result. And also, you have to ease the tension because I know how to be that day. The tension is going to be much. I was also like that. I had tension because imagine preparing for how many months for this exam, and this is the day you're going to write the exam. Imagine the kind of tension that will be in you, like say what will be going in your head, you not passing the exam. So you have to ease the tension, calm yourself down, because if you still have the tension, you're not going to have a good result, and all those thoughts you've been having are going to come to pass. So you have to ease your tension. And also, before you write your exam, you have to go and ease yourself, go and urinate, go and do anything that will help you to ease yourself before you enter that exam, so that when you're writing you will not be uncomfortable. Before you start your exam, that is answer your question, you have to know the subjects that you start first with. This is also important. You will not start with something like a subject that you're not too good at. You won't start with those kind of subjects because these kind of subjects are going to drag you back. Because if, let me say you're not good at maths, for instance, and you start first with maths, you might take the whole time. Let me say you can take like 1 hour just solving only maths, and you have only 1 hour left. So this is why it's important to choose the right subject first, the subject that you're good at first. I will go to the last mistake, is not praying before your jam or during your jam exam, because some people prepare too hard for their exam and they don't pray. Because if you don't pray, all this your preparation you've been making might not go as you planned. So you have to pray that all what you've been preparing for will not be in vain. Your system will not off that day. Your Something won't happen. Maybe a lot of things can happen. So you have to pray that they don't happen that day. So that's all for this video. I hope you benefited a lot from this video. Please don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and God bless you. See you in my next video. Bye bye.